it has been a hot freaking minute, man. Like, oh my god. So this video is gonna be a little bit different, as you can see. I don't have any makeup on. It's just barefaced today, you know. It's sometimes a girl's gotta be all natural. Sometimes, you know. Just kidding. I have no idea what is going on with my hair. I usually just don't really do anything with it. It just does this whole thing. I don't know. This is my real hair. It's really long and heavy because it's really thick and fluffy. Louisiana humidity doesn't make it any better. So there's a lot of frizz going on. Just appreciate it or don't. It's fine. Anyway, this will be the Q&A video that I should have posted weeks ago, but I didn't because I'm just had a lot going on. I'm sorry. Okay. First things first, I am currently working on here. I'll give you a little hint. It's that princess. Am I pointing right? Okay, yeah, that one. The one with the red plug suit. Yeah. Okay. I am working on my new Asuka plug suit cosplay. For those of you that don't remember or don't know, I actually did an Asuka cosplay. What was it, last year? Yeah, sometime last year in August for like a local convention, and it was like very rushed, and it was my first armor build. I did the Yamamoto figure version of her, so it showed a lot of skin, so it wasn't her full plug suit version, but it was still like people who were Ava fans knew who it was. But yeah, after that there were some faulties with that cosplay, so I just went home, threw the whole thing away, but of course I kept all the essentials like the wigs and the headpieces and stuff. Those are very, very critical. The wig, I still have. I washed it the other day and I let it air dry, and I'm going to be styling the bangs to look more thicker and fuller and more of the style that it is in the animated series. And yeah, so here's what I have so far. I went ahead and started on the backpack. And this took like a good freaking hot minute to make because it was like a lot of coats of paint that I had to do. And I had to prime it like 3 times, and it was just like, oh, anyways. The unit 2 I did with craft foam, and I didn't spray paint it because I don't really quite like the look of something that's like just like not dimensional. I wanted it to be like really dimensional, that way it had a little bit more pizzazz of detail on it. So I went ahead and did that, and I just need to prime it. And yeah, I did these 2 little bracket thingies right here. So that's what I have so far. Well, aside from the booby pieces that I will be hardening with resin and priming, and these are going to be going on to the new plug suit. So they're going to look like, God, they look like fucking Pac-Man cheese puffs. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, they're going to look something like that. Yeah. So that is going to happen. And yeah, so I'm going to be moving on to her wrist pieces, kind of like what Ray has here. How do I do this? Oh, okay. Oh, this is frustrating. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it's gonna look like something like that. Yeah. And yeah, this is gonna be my first ever bodysuit cosplay ever. Some of you were asking how I did my fitting for my Satsuki, and for people that actually know how to make suits and have much more experience in that field than I do, are very familiar with the technique of saran wrap and duct tape. and me and my friend Chelsea, who is Echo Fairy Dragon Cosplay, me and her partnered together, and we helped each other do that technique. Like we wrapped ourselves in like, or we wrapped each other in the saran wrap and then the duct tape, and yeah, that was, we suffered. um, so yeah, we used that technique for the fitting. So I'm more likely to do that for the plug suit as well. I don't really like using paper patterns or the draft patterns that you buy in like stores or fabric stores. Um, I just really like using my own. It's just better that way. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Questions. I had to like uh kind of text down what the questions were because I totally forgot. Okay, so a mutual supporter, friend, person that I also follow back on Twitter is from Argentina, and he goes by Jedi Argentino, uh, or Jedi Argento. Sorry, I butchered it. Lo siento. And yeah, we both speak Spanish to each other sometimes, but yeah, he's very nice, and he supported me for a while, and yeah, and we're both Kill la Kill fans, and yay, if you're watching this, hi. He asks, what are your favorite non-anime series, and which ones do you hate the most? Um, as far as my favorite non-anime series, um, like I would say like, okay, I would probably refer to like a TV miniseries, and you all have heard me talking about this most recently actually, and it is Stephen King's It. And it was a novel by Stephen King made into a TV mini series. So it was like I think it was 3 parts, but it aired on television like in the 90s, or yeah, and I think I was like 6 years old. I don't remember. I was very, very young. I was a little baby. And I watched it on TV one time, and I was hooked. Like, as a 6-year-old, you do not hear of 6-year-olds enjoying something like Stephen King or any of his works. In fact, like you see a lot of like 6-year-olds that look at Pennywise the Dancing Clown or any clown that's scary for that matter, and they cry. But that wasn't the case for me. Like as a child, like watching it uh, on the television as a young girl, and it being this old TV series, I absolutely loved it. And like you wouldn't believe me when I say, but I am so serious. I understood everything that was happening in while I was watching all 3 parts of the series. And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, I want to know more. I want to, this is really cool. And so I grew up, and I found out that later on, like I think middle school, was when I found out that Stephen King had more works other than It. And that's whenever I started reading heavily into Stephen King's works. So as far as like anything non-anime goes, Stephen King is one of the things that I really like to talk about. Yeah, and I know some of you are like really creeped out over my recent posts lately of Pennywise, but I'm sorry guys. I just really love clowns. I've always loved clowns, and that's something in me that will probably never die. I just really love clowns. Okay, and another follower, um, Renee979 asks, what's a typical day of your life like? Very boring, but I'm trying to make it as interesting as possible. Like, there are times where I go out to movies and call a friend, and I'm just like, hey, come see a movie with me, and they're like, okay. But 9 times out of 10, I go to work, I run errands, and then when I feel up to it, I go to the supply store, the fabric store, and I just buy stuff for cosplay. And then I come back home and work on it. Or like I get sick a lot, so there are times where I just like lay down and eat soup and cry. But but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Uh, mm, but yeah, that's I'm just a normal person. There's nothing really like crazy or interesting in my life, honestly. Recently I've been having like a lot of severe anxiety, so I've been dealing with that. Um, but I'm fine, so it's all good. Okay, next question. Jose Valencia asks, my friend wants to cosplay Ryuko, the wedding suit version. Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that one's really interesting. Um, but she's having second thoughts about it since it reveals a bit of skin. Any advice for her? Girl, do what you want to do. I'm just kidding. My main reasoning for cosplaying Satsuki was, first thing, I freaking love Satsuki. I mean, she's my favorite character in an anime series, or one of. um, but yeah, just everything about her is just like freaking amazing. And she's not really a sexualized character. I really think that Satsuki had more of a feminist element within her character, because for those that are huge Kill la Kill fans, I mean, you'll remember her quoting, like, I will bear all, I will do whatever it takes to win. Like, that is her character. Like, she will bear her breast for all to see, as long as her, her mission is, like, complete and successful. She doesn't give a heck, like, who sees what, like, that's the kind of person that Satsuki is, and, that's really, a part of that really resonated in me. That really, when I saw, when I first saw Kill la Kill and I heard her say that, and I was like, holy crap, yeah, this is definitely what I stand for. I can totally relate to this, to everything. And yeah, that's pretty much why I cosplayed Satsuki. And then third was because her suit, her transformation, life fiber synchronization was like a challenge. I wanted to know how that would have been made. Like, like, that design in general was like the most, I've never seen anything like that in an anime, as far as like in a transformation sequence for like an I guess magical um type scene in an anime. I don't think I'll ever see anything like that ever again in anime, unless someone tries to like rip off Trigger and like, I don't know. But it was like the most different thing that I've ever seen ever, and I was like, I want to know how someone can convey that and then engineer it, building it, and then putting it to like a real life size. I want to know how a person can do that, in person, like in real life. And so that just like intrigued me, and I was like, I have to know. But it took me 2 years to finally decide to do it, because one, not many people did it. No, not, I mean, when you Google Satsuki cosplayers, you'll see the transformations now, because they blew up real big. Like, the cosplays of that version of Satsuki blew up within this year, actually. Prior, like the first year that Kill la Kill came out, like no one even attempted, except for one person, or two people, one in Japan and then one that was that CNC cosplay, that I follow. She was the first one that I ever saw that cosplayed the actual transformation form of Satsuki, and that was what really motivated me into wanting to do it. And it really was the last push into helping me like officially decide that I wanted to tackle it on. So that was my reasoning too. But for her, I would really say, Ryuko, is a type of, head-on character, and even though it shows a bit of skin, Kill la Kill is really trying to send a message to girls about embracing who you are. Don't ever, lose sense and mentality that, you know, you're an amazing person. Women are a beautiful thing, you know. Women are just amazing. So just embrace that you're a woman, you know, and don't let anyone look down on you, because Ryuko would not. So, yeah, that's my advice. Next question. Chance Long asks, what are some of your favorite manga and anime? My favorite manga and anime in general would be D. Gray Man, mainly for his sentimental value. It's literally, D. Gray Man is my gateway anime. When I was in middle school, I had like a huge collection of D. Gray Man, and it was when I went into high school, I sold my entire collection for cosplay reasons, and I don't regret it. I mean, I can always buy it again. But yeah, D. Gray Man is like literally what made me appreciate, you know, the content that went into creating anime, and you know, the development teams that, you know, worked together to create anime, and, you know, everyone who is just a part of the industry. Um, I really like Mecha. Because when I first started getting like heavily into anime, it was all about shoujo. I mean, not shoujo, shonen for me. I was like all about like the boy action anime. That was like my thing in middle and high school. I don't know why. I just for some reason didn't get into shoujo until I got older. Probably like whenever I was like 20. 19, 20 was whenever I started to appreciate like girl slice of life anime a lot more. I don't know why. I don't. Usually it just goes backwards with some people. Um, but yeah. After Dear Man, I started like getting into like more seinen, more mecha, more just more of an expansion of anime than I would have if I would have just stuck to strictly shonen, for sure. So yeah. Um, I also got another question that asked to do cosplay in a video, and I will. Actually, the 21st anniversary of Evangelion is coming up soon, so I really do plan on doing something special for that. I have a bodysuit of Asuka already, but it's like a very, very cheaply made uh, plug suit that was a hand-me-down from my friend, and she gave it to me like last year because it just didn't fit her anymore, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll take it, you know, maybe I can do something with it. And it turns out that I can't. There's just too many faulties with it that are completely out of place that I can't fix into turning it into just the original plug suit. So what I was thinking about doing was I don't know. You know, now that I think about it, I just I'll try and do something with it. Maybe I'll turn it into like a bunny suit. I don't know. But yeah, I'll definitely do something with it for the another video, or actually the next video, because I have an eye patch, and I have like all of Asuka's wig pieces and stuff. So I can definitely, you know, cook up, you know, a cosplay for you guys for the next video. Um yeah. I do read a lot of messages and stuff that you guys send me through Instagram. That's about the only social media platform that I really get messages from, aside from Twitter. I have someone here that says, howdy, howdy. Loved your cosplay so far. You're way talented. Can't wait to see what else you do. Thank you. Um, keep up the awesome work. I will. Yeah. Okay. Next person says, you're probably my favorite cosplayer you see in the most realist. You know, this is another thing that I really wanted to like pinpoint, was that I really do try to seem like a very real person, you know, not just a doll or an object. Because as much as I love putting on makeup and putting on a show for all of you, I don't want any of you to ever stride away from the idea that, you know, I am a real person and I'm just like you, you know, like my ass cheeks touch the toilet the same way you do. I eat sandwiches, I make mistakes. Um, there are times where I can be really mean on a bad day, you know, because we all have our bad days, you know. And there are times where um, I I talk back to strangers when they're mean to me. I mean, the other day I was at, you know, just I was getting gas, and this guy behind me says, "You're too pretty for tattoos," and I was like, "Fuck you," you know. There's just stuff like that that just um, a regular person does when they're like going through stuff and they're in a bad mood and they're just having a very bad day. You know, I'm a normal person just like you. I pay bills. I take meds. I'm happy. I laugh. I cry. I suffer. I go through pain just like you. So don't ever think that I'm just like this stunning doll that you can just, you know, do whatever you want with, because that's not the case. Because as cosplayers, we're trained to be approachable to your desire so that you're able to come up to us and say hi and to ask to take pictures. And while that's very lovely and we love to do that and present ourselves in a very respectable way to you guys, we'd like for you to treat us as such as well, in a respectable manner. Um, yeah, so alright, well that's all I have for you all today. Yeah. Okay, well, see you guys in the next video. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do in the next video, but we're gonna see. Alright, well, love you guys, and have a great week, and have a good weekend, and I will post more cosplay progress for you all.